There's a city where the morning is as gentle as a soft hug. The scent of steaming pho rises from sidewalk stalls, and the sound of motorbikes blends into the joyful laughter of summer. In 2025, Hanoi offers experiences that feel both new and familiar, enough to stir the hearts of anyone who loves emotion. If you want to see the real Vietnam, start here. Number 1. Ho Chi Minh Mausoleum, a sacred experience you can't miss in Hanoi. If Hanoi has one place that makes visitors slow down, take a deep breath, and listen to the heartbeat of history, it's the Ho Chi Minh Mausoleum. Located in Ba Dinh Square, the political heart of Vietnam, this is not just an architectural structure, but a place that preserves the memory of a man who changed the destiny of an entire nation. This is not a spot for checking in. It's a place to feel deep reverence and gratitude. As you step inside, the atmosphere turns strikingly silent. You'll see a long line of people slowly moving past the glass chamber where President Ho Chi Minh rests. The guards, in their pristine white uniforms, stand still, as if time itself has paused to honor a national symbol. After exiting the mausoleum, you can explore the entire Ho Chi Minh complex, including the Presidential Palace, a grand French colonial building. The humble stilt house, where Uncle Ho once lived and worked. The carp pond and garden, where he fed the fish and took evening walks. The Ho Chi Minh Museum, which traces his life, ideology, and historical legacy. Tip for you: visit in the early morning, just as the sun rises, during the solemn flag-raising ceremony held in front of the square. That moment, accompanied by the national anthem, will make you feel like you're witnessing something truly sacred to this nation. Important note, this is a solemn area. Dress respectfully, no shorts or tank tops, and filming or photography inside the mausoleum is strictly prohibited. Number: Thang Imperial Citadel, unveiling the secrets of a millennium-old capital in the heart of Hanoi. In the center of modern-day Hanoi lies a place that was once the seat of power for an entire nation over 1,000 years. The Thang Imperial Citadel is not merely a tourist attraction, it's a journey through time, where the great transitions of Vietnam's feudal dynasties were once played out. Walking through the Don Mon Gate, you're not just entering an ancient relic, you're stepping into the heart of an old empire. Recognized by UNESCO as a World Cultural Heritage Site, this relic complex includes multiple architectural layers, from the palace foundations of the Lai, Tran, and La dynasties to the remnants of the Nguyen era, and even traces of the French colonial period. Every layer of soil, every brick here holds an untold story. Highlights you shouldn't miss: Hanoi Flag Tower, the military symbol that once guarded the citadel. Kin Thien Palace, the administrative center where kings held court. T1 Bunker, the Ministry of Defense's secret command post during wartime. Ponds, ancient wells, and traditional tiles. Fragments that preserve the passage of time. Tip for visitors: visit in the morning or late afternoon. Bring water and wear comfortable shoes, as the site is quite vast. With a tour guide, you'll gain deeper insight into the archaeological excavations here. Note, this is a nationally protected heritage site, so please behave respectfully. Do not climb on relics or write on the ancient stone walls. Where are you from? Leave a comment and tell us the city you're living in. Just one small message, but a huge source of motivation for us to keep telling stories like this. Sunrises don't have to be lonely, especially with companions like you. Number 3. Long Bien Station and Long Bien Bridge, a living film set of old Hanoi. If you want to touch the soul of old Hanoi, not in a museum, but through the stones and iron that once trembled in wartime, then Long Bien Station and Bridge are must-visit sites. More than just a bridge, Long Bien is memory. It's the steel soul of Hanoi during its smoky war years. Built in 1899 under French rule, Long Bien Bridge was designed by famed French architect Gustave Eiffel, the man behind the Eiffel Tower in Paris. Nearly 2 kilometers long, the bridge stretches across the Red River, symbolizing a connection between history, past, and present. During wartime, Long Bien Bridge was bombed and repaired multiple times. Hanoi locals even slept under the bridge to protect it, as if it were part of their own flesh and blood. Each span of the bridge holds a story, each weld mark, a scar of survival. Right next to it stands Long Bien Station, a small train station steeped in time. Slow trains roll by, whistles echo through the city, and even those who've never taken a train can feel the stirrings of nostalgia. Suggested experience: walk the bridge at sunrise or sunset, one side filled with motorcycles in line, the other with the quiet Red River, and you in the middle, as if walking between 2 eras. Note: this is an active bridge for trains and motorcycles, so be cautious when walking. Do not stand on the tracks or pause in the motorbike lane. Number 4. Temple of Literature, the cradle of Vietnamese wisdom for 1,000 years. In the heart of bustling Hanoi, surrounded by traffic and fast-paced life, exists a peaceful space seemingly forgotten by time. The Temple of Literature, considered the first center of learning in Vietnam. This is not just a relic, but a vivid symbol of the Vietnamese people's 1,000-year reverence for education. Built in the 11th century under King Li Thanh Tong, the temple was initially dedicated to Confucius, the master of Confucianism. Decades later, it became Quoc Tu Giam, the first national university educating noble children, officials, and gifted students from across the land. Walking through the temple's grounds, you'll encounter Quai Van Pavilion, a symbol of Hanoi, representing reverence for knowledge. Doctoral steles, stone slabs carved with the names of graduates, placed on turtlebacks, symbols of longevity and wisdom. Van Lake and Thien Quang Well, sacred spaces that calm the mind before entering the academic gates. Tip: if you visit during exam season, May-June, you might see many students coming to pray for luck, touching the turtle heads to absorb passing vibes. It's a charming and uniquely Vietnamese tradition. Note: do not write, draw on, or touch the ancient steles. Stay quiet in worship areas and do not bring food or drinks into the compound. Number 5. One Pillar Pagoda, a lotus shrine in the heart of Hanoi, small yet sacred. In modern Hanoi, where skyscrapers increasingly rise, there stands a small but historically and spiritually rich structure. One Pillar Pagoda, one of Vietnam's most unique religious icons. Tiny and humble, yet deeply meaningful. This is not a place for grand displays, but for slowing down and reflecting on cultural depth. Built in 1049 under King Ly Tai Tong, the pagoda resembles a blooming lotus rising from water. According to legend, the king dreamed of the bodhisattva Avalokiteshvara sitting on a lotus, guiding him to a temple. Upon waking, he ordered this pagoda to be built as an offering. What makes this site special? Its singular one-pillar architecture symbolizing a lotus rising from the lake, representing purity, compassion, and resilience amid life's currents. Though rebuilt after war, the current structure preserves the original spirit and sacred essence. Tip: visit early in the morning when the bell still echoes far and peace fills the air, letting you fully experience the serenity here. Note: this is a sacred place. Dress modestly, speak softly, and avoid climbing on any part of the structure for photos. Number 6. Tran Quoc Pagoda and West Lake, where Hanoi's soul meets sky and water. Hanoi has many peaceful corners, but few places are as spiritual and poetic as Tran Quoc Pagoda by West Lake, a timeless destination for those seeking to understand the Vietnamese soul. 10+ amazing tourist destinations you shouldn't miss when visiting Hanoi, Vietnam. And Tran Quoc Pagoda is certainly a must on that list. Set on calm waters, Tran Quoc rises like a red tower reaching into the blue sky, where past, present, and spiritual belief coexist in silence. Built in the 6th century, it is Hanoi's oldest pagoda. Over 1,500 years, it has retained its dignity, with its 11-tiered lotus tower and ancient statues of great historic value. Surrounding it is West Lake, Hanoi's largest natural lake. At dusk, its mirror-like surface reflects the pagoda, the tower, and the golden sunset, creating a scene perfect for meditation, walking, or simply sitting in stillness, listening to the temple bell amid wind and water. Tip: arrive around 4 to 5 p.m. when the sunlight softens. After exploring the pagoda, enjoy a lakeside coffee at sunset, a very Hanoi experience you won't find elsewhere. Note: inside the pagoda, dress modestly, stay quiet, and refrain from pointing or laughing loudly. Avoid filming or taking photos in the main altar area. Number 7. Bat Trang Pottery Village. Handcraft ceramics with artisans in a 700-year-old village. If you wish to escape the city's buzz and find a place where art breathes through every hand movement, head to Bat Trang Pottery Village, a riverside community that has kept its flame burning for over 700 years. You don't need to be an artist to create something beautiful, and that's the charm of Bat Trang. The village is famed not only for exquisite ceramics exported worldwide, but also for offering hands-on experiences, molding clay, shaping it on a wheel, painting designs, and firing the final product. Inside old brick houses, you'll meet artisans young and old, with muddy hands and eyes that shine. They don't just make pottery, they pass down stories of the village, the land, and a culture embedded in every piece. Tip: sign up for a 1-2-hour ceramic making workshop at a family-run studio. You'll get guided instruction, and your creation can be fired and shipped to your home. An unforgettable personalized souvenir. Getting there, Bat Trang is about 13 km from Hanoi's center. You can take a bus, a taxi, or bike along the Red River if you enjoy fresh air and peaceful countryside views. Number: St. Joseph's Cathedral. Discover a miniature Paris in the heart of Old Hanoi. In bustling Hanoi, where streets intersect and motorbike horns create a familiar rhythm of life, stands a European-style cathedral, quietly witnessing the passage of time. St. Joseph's Cathedral. Nicknamed a Little Paris in the heart of the capital, the church is not only a place of worship, but also a preserved space where East meets West. Built in the late 19th century in French Gothic style, it features high vaulted ceilings, stained glass windows, and moss-covered walls that radiate solemnity. Located in the center of the Old Quarter, it has long been a favorite gathering place for Hanoians, not just for prayer, but also to enjoy peaceful moments in a city that never sleeps. Each afternoon, when sunlight casts a golden hue on the gray stone facade, the square out front turns into a living painting. Children play, couples pose for wedding photos, and visitors quietly snap pictures while sipping egg coffee at the surrounding sidewalk cafes. Tip: visit on a Sunday morning to hear a mass in Vietnamese. It's a serene experience unlike typical sightseeing. Note: this is a place of worship. Avoid revealing clothing, keep quiet, and silence your phone inside the church. Number 9. Hanoi Opera House, where Hanoi breathes the allure of French-style art. In historic Hanoi, there's a building that makes you feel as if you've stepped through a time gate into a Parisian street. That's the Hanoi Opera House, an architectural and artistic icon often dubbed the Western cultural heart in the middle of Indochina. It's not just beautiful. The Opera House tells stories through music, dance, opera, and its own captivating silence. Located in Hoan Kiem District, the Opera House was built by the French in the early 20th century in French neoclassical style, inspired by the Opéra Garnier in Paris. Its high domes, pristine white columns, spiral staircases, and ornate carvings create a look that's elegant, classical, and deeply charming. Inside, a red and gold grand hall, hand-painted ceilings, and modern lighting and acoustics have made it a venue for top-tier performances. Classical concerts, opera, ballet, and contemporary stage shows. Tip: if you can, book a ticket to a performance. It'll be an unforgettable highlight of your trip. Some high-end Hanoi by night tours even include a cultural show at the Opera House as a key experience. Note: as this venue hosts national events, guests should dress respectfully. Semi-formal attire recommended. No photography or video recording is allowed inside during performances. Number 10. Hanoi Old Quarter. Get lost in a maze of flavors and millennia of memory. Some places can't be understood through books or pictures. You have to walk them with your feet, smell with your nose, and feel with your heart. Hanoi's Old Quarter is one such place. This isn't a neat, polished tourist site. It's a living space where locals write their stories every day. The Old Quarter is a network of 36 ancient streets, with narrow alleys, time-worn red-tiled roofs, and bustling shops from morning until night. Each street once bore the name of a traditional trade: Hang Dao, silk; Hang Ma, decor; Hang Tre, Hang Bak. Strolling through, you'll encounter vendors under tree shade calling out in gentle Hanoian tones, bicycle bells, banh mi sellers, and the aroma of pho rising from street carts. Tiny upstairs cafes hidden away, where you can watch people flow like time itself. Tip: try turning off Google Maps and getting deliberately lost. When you stop searching, the Old Quarter will find you, with a faded mural, an old bookshop, or an elderly woman wrapping green rice cakes in a quiet alley. Note: the Old Quarter is crowded and narrow. Walk or take an electric cart. Keep your belongings safe and avoid standing in the street for photos. Remember, this isn't a display. It's a real community. So, act like a respectful guest. Number 11. Hoan Kiem Lake and the Huc Bridge, where Hanoi's heart beats softly in the Old Quarter. If Hanoi were a living body, Hoan Kiem Lake would be the heart, beating slowly, gently, and full of memory. Whether you visit at misty dawn or during a bustling afternoon, the lake remains graceful and serene like a moving watercolor. Hoan Kiem is not just a scenic spot. It's where Hanoians live, breathe, and tell their stories through generations. At its center stands Turtle Tower, small, aged, resting on emerald waters, evoking quiet contemplation. Nearby, the Huc Bridge, with its vibrant red and crescent moon-shaped design, leads to Ngok Son Temple, a sacred and symbolic site. Strolling around the lake, you'll see elderly folks practicing Tai Chi under ancient trees, street vendors, guitar-playing youth and spontaneous performers, couples taking wedding photos, tourists journaling quietly in golden light. Tip: come at 6 a.m. When mist still lingers over the water and the city hasn't fully awakened, you'll see a different Hanoi. Humble, introspective, and poetic. Note: dress modestly and stay quiet when entering Ngok Son Temple. Don't feed fish or litter around the lake. Number 12. Train Street. Sip coffee. Just inches from a roaring train. You've had coffee in forests, on mountaintops, or by the sea, but have you ever sipped coffee just a few steps from a railway line, feeling a train roar past right in front of you? If not, Hanoi's Train Street will be one of the strangest and most unforgettable experiences of your trip. In the heart of the capital, where buildings crowd in and people rush by, exists a pause in time, where people live both slowly and startlingly. Close to trains. Located among the old neighborhoods around Le Duan and Phung Hung streets, this narrow track is world-famous for its tiny cafes on either side, friendly locals, and scenery that feels straight out of a movie. Whenever a train approaches, locals and tourists press themselves against the walls to make way for the rumbling giant. It's a special moment, where modern life meets nostalgia, danger meets peace. Tip for visitors: trains usually pass around 3:20 p.m., 5:30 p.m., or 7 o'clock p.m. depending on the day, but schedules can vary. Arrive early, find a good view cafe, order an egg coffee, and wait for that legendary moment. Note: for safety reasons, some sections of the street are restricted to tourists. Always follow local instructions and never stand on the tracks for photos. Avoid pushing or shouting when the train is coming. Tiny moments, lasting memories. Sipping egg coffee on a second-floor balcony, watching the rush of life below, as street vendors call out through the scent of rain and fresh banh mi. Cycling around Hoan Kiem Lake in the early mist, letting yourself dissolve into the breath of a city waking up slowly. sitting quietly on Long Bien Bridge, hearing the distant rumble of a train, and feeling the wind surge through its aging iron frame. Folding the map and following your heart, getting lost in the Old Quarter where dusty bookshops, faint guitar music, and an old woman rapping bon com await. Waking to church bells and familiar sounds. Sticky rice for breakfast? Hot banh mi here. Who needs a gas refill? A melody only Hanoi can compose. Holding a ticket at the opera house, lifting your gaze to a hand-painted ceiling, stunned as music fills the hall. Sitting by Westlake at sunset, its surface mirror still, the scent of lotus drifting on the breeze, and your thoughts floating far away. Waiting for the train to rush past your face on Train Street. Heart racing, laughter erupting once the breathless moment ends. Hands dirty with clay and Bat Trang, shaping your own creation as the wheel spins and a smiling artisan shares their craft. Standing in silence before Turtle Tower, feeling time freeze in the heart of a modern city, a small icon that holds deep pride. Listening to a Hanoian share a story not found in any guidebook, only in memory, only in lived truth. And then, doing nothing at all. Just sitting on a balcony, letting Hanoi pass beneath your feet, softly, slowly, yet impossible to forget. Useful information for travelers. To have a fulfilling journey in Hanoi, it's not just about where to go or what to do. You also need to know these small yet incredibly important things. Below is practical information gathered from the thousands of footsteps taken by travelers who once got lost and fell in love with Hanoi. Best time to visit Hanoi? October to November, autumn, and March-April, late spring, are the most beautiful times. Cool weather, soft sunlight, and the scent of milk flowers, perfect for walking and photography. How much do you spend per day? From just $40-80 USD day, you can eat well, stay comfortably, and explore freely. For long-term stays, $440-800 USD month is enough for a good quality of life. Is getting around the city easy? Very convenient. You can book a grab ride, rent a motorbike, take an electric car around Hoan Kiem Lake, or simply walk through the Old Quarter. All are accessible and enjoyable. Services friendly to international visitors? Free Wi-Fi is widespread. Staff speak good English, and bilingual menus are common. You can also book local food tours or stay at boutique hotels styled with Indo-Chinese charm. A few quick tips before you arrive. Wear comfortable shoes. You'll be walking a lot. Always carry some cash converted to Vietnamese dong, as many street food vendors don't accept cards. And most importantly, come hungry, because Hanoi always has something delicious waiting at every corner. Hanoi is not just a capital, it's a place where every step can lead you to a story. From street food to thousand-year heritage, from the city's hustle to quiet moments by the lake, every experience will make you want to return. If you love emotional journeys like this, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and share your thoughts below the video. Vietnam's adventure is far from over, and we'll keep exploring it together.